Yes guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I am Adam. We are back for the Weekly United, the place where we wrap up the week in the world of Manchester United and bring you all the latest news, headlines and all that good stuff. And obviously we're in the middle of an international break, which means there's no Manchester United in action this weekend, unfortunately. So we'll be getting stuck into all the news, including Harry Maguire enjoying a good time in this international break after a contrasting one in the last international break. Sancho and Grealish bringing tears to the eyes of Manchester United fans all over the place yet again. Scotty Too Hotty is going to Euro 21. Alex Telles, who's just recovered from coronavirus, has been around someone with coronavirus. Cristiano Ronaldo has been linked to Manchester United yet again. Andy Cole comes to the defence of Mason Greenwood. And whilst Manchester United are unable to pay their staff a living wage, guess what? They're still giving dividends to the Glazer family in January. Can you believe it? Of course you can believe it, because it's Glazernomics in full effect at Old Trafford, and we'll be reading more on that story very, very soon in this video. But first things first, on today's Weekly United, we have to look at this week where Nobby Stiles was laid to rest. And as you can see in this image, this poignant image of his funeral car pulling up outside Old Trafford for one last time, where Paddy Crerand said a few words about his former teammate. But Nobby Stiles was this week laid to rest, and rest in peace to him. A Manchester United legend, an England legend, a footballing legend, an absolute hero. Eusebio knows all about him, having been marked out of games in the World Cup semi-final, in the Champions League or the European Cup final. He was a key part of that England World Cup win in '66, Manchester United's European Cup win in '68, an absolute legend of the game. Rest in peace to Nobby Stiles, and also rest in peace to Albert Kixel, former Manchester United player who won the FA Cup for us in the '60s, and he passed away at the age of 87 this week as well. So rest in peace to Albert Kixel. Thoughts and condolences with all of his family and friends, and I'm sure those at Sheffield Wednesday will be remembering him this week, as will those at Manchester United and in the footballing world as well. So rest in peace to Albert Kixel, and of course Nobby Stiles. Talking about how much of a hero Nobby Stiles was for England, if Harry Maguire can go anywhere near that kind of status as an England player when he retires, he will be happy with that. And Harry Maguire had a good week this week as well for England, scoring and captaining them in a win over Ireland. England won 3-0. He scored the opening goal, and we remember those images of him trudging off the pitch, having been sent off in the last time out for England, and it wasn't a great sight to see for anyone concerned with Harry Maguire. Manchester United fans, England fans, his family, his friends. It didn't look great for him after a turbulent summer, a difficult start to the season, being out of form, getting sent off for England. It seemed like his whole world had caved in, but he has recovered with some good performances for club and country in the last couple of weeks, and that will be a massive, massive boost to him as well. The fact that he's been given the confidence of wearing the armband for England, and then he repays that faith with a goal and a win as well. I'm sure when Harry Kane's back, he'll be the captain, but it's great for Harry Maguire to get that moment at Wembley, and what a moment it was for him as well as England won. But during that game, Manchester United fans had the sick reminder of seeing Jack Grealish and Jadon Sancho playing together and it not being in a Man United shirt. We would have given anything to just have one of them in the summer, but both of them playing on the pitch for England, and then you've got this picture of them celebrating. Oh, it's an absolute sickener. What a footballer Jack Grealish is, by the way. Oh man, wish we signed him. Scotty McTominay is going to the Euros as well. Euro 2021 next year. 2020, 2021, whatever you want to call it. And Scott McTominay is going there, having scored in a penalty shootout win over Serbia. Alexandra Mitrovic missing the decisive penalty, and Scott McTominay scoring on the way there as well. Scotland had dominated the game in the first half, took a lead 1-0, and it looked like they were going to hold on that lead until the end of the game. In the last couple of minutes they conceded, and you think, oh dear, 20 plus years of hurt for Scotland's gonna repeat itself yet again, and you start to think it's not gonna happen. But they got over the line in the penalty shootout, and it was a great penalty shootout for them as well. And Scott McTominay coolly took his penalty. He scored one in the shootout against Israel as well, and to see him score another one in a shootout is good for Man United, because if we need him to do that in a cup or Champions League or whatever, we got someone who can step up in a penalty shootout. But great for his country as well, and you could see the joy on all of their faces when Scotland did get over the line, and Marshall saved that penalty to seal the win for him. Now, we knew this international break was going to cause problems. Imagine having an international break with footballers from all over the world travelling to different parts of the world when there's a pandemic going on. It didn't make sense, and we just had Alex Telles recovering from the coronavirus, then going on international duty and hanging around with someone that had it. But Brazil have updated on it and said that none of the other players were tested positive for the coronavirus. The player that had it was removed from the squad immediately, and he's been isolated away from them, so there shouldn't be any issues. So whilst it was everyone rolling their eyes and thinking, here we go again with Alex Telles, it looks like he should be alright for Manchester United. Fingers crossed no injuries or anything like that comes out of these international games as well, because we need everyone fully fit. Now, it's an international break, and you know what that means. The transfer writers and transfer reporters get very, very bored, and we've seen Manchester United linked with a move for Cristiano Ronaldo yet again this week, and I would love it to happen just for nostalgia purposes. Obviously the time's gone for United to be seriously interested in re-signing Cristiano Ronaldo. I would absolutely love it. I'd still take David Beckham back though, to be honest, so asking me probably isn't the right person. But are we really believing these rumours? We hear these rumours so many times popping up here, there and everywhere now. Actually, Juventus may not be able to afford his wages anymore. The coronavirus coming in, the pandemic situation, the TV money being lost, revenues being lost here, there and everywhere. It wouldn't surprise me if Juventus had probably found themselves in a position now where they couldn't afford the contract they had agreed to give Ronaldo when he had agreed to move, because it was a completely different world at that point. But having said that, do I really believe United are going to be one of those at the forefront for Cristiano Ronaldo's signature? I'm not too sure. If he does leave Juventus, you're hearing about Mbappe going to Real Madrid next summer. Could Ronaldo be the replacement for Mbappe at PSG? You never know. You could see that kind of move happening, because a lot of money over there at PSG. They don't care about the pandemic. They got money to burn. So if Juventus did need to get rid of Ronaldo, then I'm sure there'd be a whole host of other clubs with the money there to make that happen. I doubt United will make it happen, although the rumours are always going to be there. Talking about former Manchester United greats, Andy Cole has come out and defended Mason Greenwood. He says he's a baby, get off his back and give him a break. And obviously Mason Greenwood's had a difficult time over the last couple of months, but you just compare the reaction to Harry Maguire over the summer with his troubles in Greece and all that. Everyone rushed to his support, rightly so, even after the sending off for England and all that, people rushed to his support. Bad form, let's get off his case, he must be struggling. And then you look at the treatment that other players get. There's no consistency in it at all. Mason Greenwood made a mistake when he was on England international duty. Him and Phil Foden made a mistake. And then he comes back to Manchester United, obviously, and he's still getting hounded by the press. Now, this is a boy that's very young. His whole world's changed. He may have made a few mistakes of his own, but he has some learning to do. But also, his friend passed away in the last couple of weeks from suicide. That would be a difficult, troubling, traumatic experience for him to deal with at that age as well. People being wealthy and well off and having the luxury of playing for Manchester United doesn't mean they don't feel these things when they do happen. And Mason Greenwood's a lad that needs backing. You've also seen the dark world of Twitter this week as well, where a Premier League footballer has been arrested on suspicion of false imprisonment and rape. And somehow, even though the article says this player is over 20, the player that has been arrested is over 20, somehow people on social media have started linking it to Mason. And you're thinking, what the fuck? This isn't a transfer rumour. You know what I mean? It's not, he's going to go to Real Madrid or he isn't. And even then you can understand people, making those. This is something real serious. You're alleging some serious crimes on a young lad here at a time when he's finding it difficult anyway. I just find the whole media, social media, just backwards, man. I don't know how you can do that. Like, try and pinpoint that on a 19-year-old when you've got no proof whatsoever. Saw some fake WhatsApp messages flying around. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And to United fans, I'd urge you not to share them. Like, if you see those kind of things, don't participate in share. Like, I was gonna tweet at some point about it, and I thought you're just amplifying the fake news. Like, you're amplifying the fake news further. And yeah, just it's mad. Don't share that kind of stuff. It's stupid. But get off Mason Greenwood's back. He may have made a mistake, you know, quarantine, lockdown rules, all that stuff. He's been rightly punished for it, but now he needs our support. Get off his back. He'll be back to usual, and hopefully he doesn't take the death of his mate too badly as well, and he can get over that, and he's got the right support of his family and friends and the club around him, which I'm sure he does. Talking about the club, and we spoke about this at the start, Manchester clubs, both Man United and Manchester City, have been urged to pay staff the real living wage. They pay the legal living wage, but that's not really a living wage, is it? Under this government, we know that already. But they have been urged to pay a real living wage to their staff. Now, you could probably not have too much of an issue with this if you didn't see that Manchester United were also paying fat dividends to the Glazers and their shareholders. Less than a week after Manchester United resisted calls to pay their staff the real living wage, they agreed to pay their billionaire owners an £8.7 million dividend in January. That's considering United are a club that have seen COVID turn an £11 million profit into a £27 million loss this summer. Yet these dividends are being paid out, but to people that actually need it, we won't pay the living wage. As long as the Glazers are living happy though, eh? That's all that matters, apparently. Anyway, guys, that has been the Weekly United. Lots to talk about today. Lots of heavy stuff to talk about today as well. But get your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you like and comment and share and subscribing as well. We're getting closer and closer to 100,000 subs. Just around 9,000 away now. So get hitting that subscribe button if you can. Keep it locked. Like, comment, share. And for now, I've been AdamMcKola. I'm out of there.